Okay, the very first thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to create a cube. Now, I've been told I make this look easier than it actually is. So I'm gonna try to break it down for you. First I'm gonna draw it, and then I'll go into the details of actually drawing a cube. So I'm just gonna draw it, and you wanna make sure that you do all of this very lightly. All right? You can start with one center line, and then you could have a line go up. And I want this to be a decent size. If you have to use more than one paper, that's fine. Now with that line going up, you want to make another line down here going in the same direction as that line. So let me clarify. These two lines are running parallel. Okay? And you want it to more or less be the same length. Over here, you have another line going out like that. And then down here, you're going to have another line parallel to this one. So these two lines are parallel, and these two lines are parallel, okay? And then you connect these, okay? And you can connect this. Now, we need another line over here. And that line can go straight out, and you want it to more or less be parallel with this line. And then you could finish connecting this cube like this. So these three lines are parallel, these three lines are parallel, and these three lines are parallel. So that is a total of 9 lines. And now I want you to draw what's going to be the shadow of the cube. And this cube is at an angle, so it doesn't have a shadow coming straight out of the corner. It's going to start right around here. And it's going to come from this corner. And this one sticks out further than this one, okay? And now you can connect this. And that's how you draw your cube. Now let me show you how not to draw your cube. So here's a few examples of what not to do. A lot of you learned this trick when you were kids or younger kids, and it's you kind of start with a square and then you make the lines from that square. And normally that wouldn't be too bad. But the problem is this isn't going to work for us because our cube isn't flat out like this. So our cube has this corner moved over like this, and this corner is the center line for our cube. So our cube looks something more like this, okay? See, it's at an angle. And then students that make it flat like this, they'll usually put the shadow like that. And that's not the way our cube should be. Our cube is with the shadow starting from back there. Another thing, so this is not the way to do it. And this is the correct way to do it. Another thing is students will do this thing. And this is, again, it's kind of like making this cube, but by using 2 cubes. And then connecting the corners. And okay, that's a cube, but it creates multiple problems because now you have to erase these lines. And in an assignment where you're talking about value, or value is the kind of the important thing to make it look 3-dimensional. Now this cube isn't facing the way that we want it at all. This is more like a cube where we're looking down on it from above. Say this is the top, and then this could be the side, but it's sitting on a table that would be like that. So that's the problem with that cube, is perspective. The perspective is twisted, so that's also not what you want. So don't do this, and don't do this. This is what you're aiming for, which is what I just showed you how to do. So those are some issues with cubes that you should try to avoid.